This is my mother, beautiful woman. And I remember being little, very little. We used to sit on the bed with my mother plenty of times. And she used to always tell us about how her life was just so rough. And we felt so bad, even though we was young. But it was the way she said it that made us understand that she went through some things. And my older brother, Mr. Protector, which is fine, he always used to say, and like right along with me, we're gonna marry you, mom. And we really meant it because we wanted to take all the pain away from her. Every single thing that had her in pain. It was rough. Um, Sometimes you don't know how life is going to turn out for you later in life. You don't know who you're going to have there. Who you just don't know. You know. You just remember all the good times when your memories don't run out and you still remember everything. This guy's my father. Before I really even get into it, I'm just going to show you some things. This is my dad, man. Cool dude, right? He eventually became a deputy sheriff, but at the time he was a DJ. And, small story of it all, that he met my mother. They were just best friends. He used to come to her about his problems, and my mother used to talk to, they used to talk to each other. My mother used to say my father had a good voice. And eventually got married. So they had a nice time. Little things I know, they got each other very young, extremely young. And again, they did get married. And then they had him. Butterball is what they called him. Just so chunky. My brother Michael. Mother told me when she gave birth to this boy right here, he held onto his umbilical cord so tight. She said, I gotta have me another child. She said, ain't no way in heck at all. But they enjoyed themselves for a while, you know? When I mean butterball, look at his legs. So picture, hair and all. That boy was something else before my mother told me. This is way before I was even born. Perfect family, look at them. Just happy. Both of them wearing glasses like Jesus. We all have having glasses after all. And they enjoyed their life. That's my father. He played baseball too, And they really enjoyed it. Like I said, my mother had that boy right in the middle. And she said, I gotta have me another child. And mother is a great mom, I'll tell you that. And eventually, I came. A little older, but I came. But my mother said this boy held on to his umbilical cord so hard she had to have a child for him. Because she felt like he needed a brother or something. Whatever was going to happen. My brother, Mike was a strange child, my mother told me. Said he never cried. He never had emotion. But the day I was born, my mama got a phone call from my grandfather. This is my granddad and my grandma. And my granddad said, hey, Mike just started walking. And my mom said, I just had Marcus. This is my grandparents again, but she said, yeah, Mike walking. Strange, very strange. But I'll tell you what, my brother was like a guardian, a protector to me. As you see, Mike and Mark, they used to call us Mike and Mark, Eminem, poor little rich kids, Tom and Jerry is what they called us. Crazy. You would damn near think we was twins the way my mother dressed us. Some people even called me Michael. I'm like, well, he light skinned and I'm dark skinned. I mean, how you mix it up? But at the end of the day, we brothers. Who cares? It was the most joyous time ever, I tell you, having a big brother. The weird thing is my brother was born December 20th, 1975. And I was born December 13th, 1976. So I always tease my brother about everything, about like how we the same age for the same week. And my brother really treated me like I was his own child. And not that much older than me. Like, what the heck? But again, that's how my brother was. You touch me, he gonna touch you. And he felt like he was the only one allowed to chastise me, do what he wanted. Again, his imagination was just wild. This right here, Mr. Junkman, used to have this little bag. He used to just pick up junk. And all this stuff is representation of some kind of hero or something he had going on. Different. Definitely different. Just staying in this moment right here. You know, you couldn't even pull us apart from each other. The things we went through as kids. And I used to always say, hey, Mom, this happened and I feel so angry that I couldn't protect my brother. In my mind, you protected me. What's going on? But he had a lot of confliction too, you know. It was sad. This is us, you know, a little older. Maybe 20s. And that's how we felt. Our bond was just like that. It was just something different, you know. People know when you got siblings and you love them and how y'all bond is, right? Mr. Suave. You know, he used his first name as his alias because we only went by our middle names. If you know my first name, you know my first name. But mainly, this dude right here, yeah, he was one of them pretty boys, and that's okay. Great dude, man. He always wanted to help everybody. You know, wasn't a time in his life that he didn't want to help nobody. He just wanted to help every single body he possibly could. He had people that didn't like him, but he had a lot of people that loved him as well, you know? This lady is my Aunt Janice. And I remember getting this phone call saying, yeah, Mike in the hospital. Like, what? Thinking to myself, yeah, he just got shot in his hand, you know? Yeah. I put my hand through the wall. I wanted to break it because I was so frustrated because I didn't know what happened. But pretty much this lady right here, my brother ended up dying on her birthday. And for a while, she could not celebrate her birthday for nothing. She was heartbroken. Our auntie right here used to come get us and any other cousins, but mainly us, you know, and just ride around. Oh, Aunt Janice. And my grandma. Wow. Everybody got hit hard by it. Like literally everybody. My brother had, you know, moved in with my grandparents, and my grandma and granddaddy enjoyed having them at the house. You know, it was like a safe haven. Almost everybody moved in with grandma, you know, but it hurt her deep. But this lady right here, man, she lost her son, her oldest, first son. And she's so stern that she doesn't want people to see her cry. I didn't know what to think when my brother died on St. Patrick's Day. Every day I went to the hospital to see my brother, and I pulled a piece of hair out of my hand and put it out of my hair and put it right in his hand, thinking it's a bridge between him. He's gonna wake up. He's gonna get up out of this coma. You had these twitches. I used to hate it. I say, bro, stop. It's hurting me. We go into a little area and they talking to us about the possibilities, and they basically were saying he ain't gonna make it, basically. And I said, please just stop. And you know, doctors sometimes don't care about how they say anything. They just don't care. It was a tough time in my life, you know. You think certain things as you get older, you will have your siblings with you, right? Unbreakable bond. I'm my brother's keeper. Here, I'm at a certain age right now, and I don't have my mom, my father, my stepfather, my grandma, my granddad. Man, tough. You know, there's people out there, I'm not even going to be selfish, that went through the same thing, if not worse, more, you know? But I'm an orphan out here now. My mother and my brother, they're in heaven now. Been there for a while. My brother over 20 years. My mother, wow, time is flying. And my grandma and my granddad, like I said, they gone too. And I know it's tough for my auntie and my uncle, because they ain't got their parents. But you think as you get older, before you even hit a high age, you just have your sibling. I lost my brother when he was in his 20s. He didn't even hit 30 yet. As a matter of fact, my father, that's another story. He in a wheelchair. He got shot on my brother's birthday. 7 years old. My brother just turned 7. We're supposed to go see Santa Claus. And we sitting in the bedroom. And on TV we see a black and white picture of my father. Deputy Sheriff John Michael May got shot. Every day we went to the hospital as much as we could, and we prayed to everything, which I mentioned in another video. We prayed to the Easter Bunny. We prayed to the Tooth Fairy. We prayed to Santa Claus. We prayed to everything we could possibly think of, you know? And you know, one of the things that affected was my brother. He got affected real bad about it. He didn't want to be in the wheelchair like his father, like our father. But you know what, overall, my brother was one of them people that looked out for everybody in their family. He went above and beyond. He even had a Bible where he talked about God and Jesus and the devil and whatnot to people that didn't even know who they were or didn't understand the concept of the Bible and God. Again, his funeral was big and massive. People came. There were so many people there that they couldn't even come inside. I think they said it was over 5,000 people, if not more. Something like that. But you never know in life what's going to happen. You should always try to love your siblings, love your family as much as you can, and not put them through anything. Because I'm going through a situation in my life right now, I don't even have my family like the way I should. I'm not getting older with my brother. I didn't even get the chance to bury my mom and my dad with my brother. Not at all. My mother, like I said, she went through some tough shit. Excuse my language. She remarried. She did. But she didn't take us from our father. We stayed. My mother said, no matter what, if John is going to be in the wheelchair, which is my father, or Michael, he is still their father. My mother didn't say F it. You know, difficult times in life. We're growing up, people calling my father RoboCop, call my mother Inspector Gadget, getting phone calls, prank calls. Tough. You have to put, you got to pull some iron drawers up. And you got to face life. You got to be around your father. At 8, 10 years old, you got to act like you 15, 18. Me and my brother taking him in and out of the bed. You know, people need to understand, you got to love people. Can't run. You shouldn't run. You should face it and do what you're supposed to do because your parents was there for you, particularly your mom and your dad. My dad was so proud when he was able to buy stuff and get on the bus and go get toys and presents for people in the family. Couldn't wait to give it to them. Sometimes I don't even think they appreciated nothing my dad did. Like my brother. His kids? Oh, he had some kids. Had a lot of them. But I know they're slowly forgetting who he is. Some remember. I try to step into the shoes of being a parent to them, like a father. It worked for a short period of time. things change. You get older, things happen. And again, I'm going through some stuff in my life. But I just want to tell this story about my brother because I think it's important. It's not just about my mama. It's about this guy right here. John Michael May, a.k.a. J Hustle. He used his first name as an alias. Funny, right? John. I hate when people say, hey, man, where's John at? I'm like, me, Michael? I used to have this thing because my brother, when he was younger, he used to always just get in trouble. He had this girlfriend. He just constantly just kept getting on punishment after punishment. Like, Jesus, bro. So I came up with a song, and I should say, Michael's on Michael on. I said, Michael's on the punishment. Play the piano. Michael's on the punishment. Play the piano. I just knew how to get on my brother's nerves. The way I used to eat, because it was this place where two people was being taken care of, and the way he used to eat and smack, my brother couldn't stand it. So I used to just imitate it, just piss him off. You know, hey, bro, like I said, we're the same age for a week. He couldn't stand it, but it was fun, funny. Playing basketball, when he got serious, Had hair on his back, hair on his chest like a monkey. Jesus. That boy was so sweaty, nobody wanted to guard him. But when he was serious, oh my God. And you know what? Before this even get any longer, I just always wonder why he like Michael Jordan. He's like, bro, you got to watch him. They disrespect him because they call him Mike instead of calling him Michael. Number 23. And I kept wondering why he liked 23 and Mike and all that. Because our mom, her birthday was June 23rd. And the things she went through, he associated certain things with just things. Like, I'll give you a prime example and I'm going to be done with this. I believe my brother was 4 or 5 years old. He came to my mother and said to her, he lost his whole entire family. Like his whole entire family. He said that they had died and he was a farmer and he had to live to be an old man without his family, and he died as an old age. He was talking about his former life. Crazy. How would he remember that? Some people think, oh, that's just a child making up stuff. Nah, she said word for word. And then not just that, my brother used to say this to me. He said, before I dream, it's like 1,000,000 TVs. And it's this dude with this cloak. And he have a VCR tape. This VCR tape goes into the VCR, and that's how he started his dream. That's how he dreamed every time he dreamed. And one day, he said, he finally walked up, had the courage to walk up to the person that had that cloak hoodie and pull that cloak over his head, off his head, and it was his son. At the time, his son was probably no more than 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6, maybe somewhere around there. Just he was young. Mike was the one that went and did a lot for families. And I just want to say a few things about my brother. I love the fuck out of him. Excuse my language again. I just love my brother. I miss him. I'm going to tell you one thing. My father got shot on my brother's 7th birthday. My father had 21 years to enjoy his son. My father, I feel like he fought to come back. My mom and my father had 28 years to enjoy my brother. That was it. 28 years. 20 years later now, I am 49 and he's 50, if he was still alive. Ain't that something? I miss my brother so much, man. I miss my mom and my fathers. I had the opportunity to have 2 fathers. I miss my grandma, I miss my granddad, I miss my Aunt Janice, even my Uncle Art, and so many people. I miss them all, man. So y'all, man, life is short. If you can forgive. If you can get along, change the way that society tell you that we can't get along as a family. If you can do it, do it. Don't listen to this crap they keep giving us, particularly us. They're coming for us. And right now is the time to get together, get your family right. If your family on BS, man, F them. Straight up. F them. You gotta deal with that mess. But if you got the loving ones in your life, man, it's worth it.